The Autopsy of God, a mystical, scientific, philosophical interpretation. When you lay the universe on the table and try to examine it like a body under autopsy, you don't encounter flesh first. You encounter a system of laws. Because God cannot be laid on a table like a physical being, yet the traces left behind are as clear as the physical data from a corpse. The invariance of the speed of light, the stubbornness of Planck's constant, the silent calculations of quantum probabilities. The autopsy of God is, in truth, the attempt to understand why the universe works the way it does without being chained to any religious dogma, without ignoring scientific reality. 1. Why is there something rather than nothing? The first findings. If there was an explosion, and cosmology names it the Big Bang, there must be a cause. But this is exactly where the autopsy begins. If there is no cause and existence arises spontaneously, then that spontaneity itself defines the function of God. If there is a cause, then that cause points toward metaphysics. Either way, humans remain trapped inside the narrow frame of cause. Just as a doctor cannot read a body's past from an opened organ, when we open the universe, there is no before, because time is the first organ that disintegrates on the autopsy table. 2. Quantum, traces of a divine silence at the micro level. That an electron is both wave and particle is not God's indecision. It is the limit of human perception. An autopsy report could easily say, subjective reality is constrained by quantum behavior, which changes shape when observed. Dark matter cannot be seen, dark energy cannot be measured, just like God, unseen yet influential. This isn't mysticism, it's scientific irony. What cannot be seen holds the greatest share of existence. 3. God, not a person, but a mechanism? The most striking conclusion that emerges from the autopsy is this. The universe's operation does not reflect the whims of a conscious being, but the continuity of a precise system. If God exists, he does not decide, does not punish, does not watch. Instead, it appears that a self-sustaining system built on immutable laws is in effect. This does not make God unnecessary. On the contrary, it shifts God from a personal figure to the background processor of the universe. In classical computing, bits are ones and zeros. In quantum computing, probabilities form a superposition. The universe operates like a cosmic superposition machine. People call its architect God, scientists call it physical laws, mystics call it the universal will. 4. The last page of the autopsy report. God does not die. The human definition does. Contrary to Nietzsche's God is dead, God hasn't died. Our definition of God has. The God of ancient ages resembled a human. He got angry, he loved, he chose, he threatened. The modern God does none of those. He is larger, colder, purer, as impartial as mathematics, as widespread as cosmic background radiation, as unforgiving as the speed of light. What the autopsy table reveals is this. God is independent of names and detached from personality, yet intelligent enough to establish a system that sustains existence. Humanity's revolt is against the coldness of disorder. Its entire search is for a warm meaning within this cold mechanism. 5. The one-sentence conclusion of God's autopsy. When you dissect the anatomy of the universe, you do not find God. You find the mechanism God left behind, and that mechanism is the greatest secret of existence.